Hello everyone, the Chart Guys have been working on an introductory technical analysis course for quite some time now, and after surveying hundreds of traders with what would be the most sought after information regarding technical analysis, we came up with this course, When to Enter and Exit. It covers over 5 hours of the basics on when to enter and exit, and we feel after watching this course it will help build a foundation of technical analysis knowledge which will eliminate a lot of the uncertainty in the world of trading stocks. So the course outline, we go over the psychology of trading, establishing a game plan, the different indicators we use to signal a bullish and bearish entry, how to recognize support and resistance levels, poor entries, where traders make mistakes, exit targets, how do you know where to sell your trade, where to place stop losses, that's very important, minimizing losses is what keeps you in the game long term, my personal preparations, how I go about getting ready for each trading day, and then piecing it all together, utilizing all the information we just learned and how to apply that in the real world for making successful, profitable trades. As a bonus, we also include a lot of information on finding entries and exits utilizing patterns, and you can find these patterns on every time frame on pretty much any stock and commodity trading, and certainly being able to recognize those patterns can give you an edge as well. So we hope you will check this out. Again, it's an introductory level course. So if you are new to technical analysis and trying to get a firm grasp on things and feeling a little bit overwhelmed, then this course is for you. I hope you check it out. Appreciate you watching. Checking in on natural gas. So we had the break of the uptrend line, and as I said, I like to use them as heads up. I'm more of a cautious trader. A more aggressive trader would take that as their bearish signal. But breaking this low of 3169 was a clear break of the higher low pattern. I also said that it would not surprise me at all to defend that level and see a bounce. But obviously overnight, that break occurred before the morning trading even began, which is always nice when we have that nice clear direction before the trading day even starts. So the bears are in control now. We can get rid of this uptrend support line because it's no longer support. This downtrend line is still relevant because it is a resistance to be watching. And I'm hitting the top of the green candlesticks to make sure no candlestick on the daily is closing above that resistance line. And in terms of support, where we're looking from here, the lowest price that we've seen in the past 2 months was down at 311. So that's a very key support. And we are oversold on some of the shorter term time frames. The hourly chart has just been crushed, and it was bearish all day, looking for an oversold bounce because the hourly RSI has been oversold now for a couple days, or really just all day. And look at this 10-period hourly resistance. We've got 4 rejections back here, 5, 6, 7, 8, close to turning it into support. That's going to be an indication of a short-term bounce, in my opinion. We will see that play out, and potentially that's going to happen here overnight. We're also watching the 4-hour chart with its RSI oversold. We had a bullish reversal candlestick with no confirmation. We just formed another bullish reversal candlestick, and we need to confirm it to the upside. You can see we've seen about a dozen hours in a row, or a dozen candlesticks of 4-hour candlesticks in a row of very bearish action heading to the downside. So we are still looking for an oversold bounce. I would be making a bullish entry if it were regular trading hours once this 10-period hourly became support, and I would be looking at all these little resistance levels on the way down that rejected the price as resistance on the way back up. So 3176, 3209, and then on up to 3265. Resistance levels to be watching. So the bears are in control. After an oversold bounce plays out, if that happens overnight or if it happens tomorrow, we can be scouting a bearish entry, and we can be watching all these resistances on the hourly time frame as we trend down as potential entries for those resistance or for the bearish position. So we know on the daily time frame the bears have taken control, and we are just waiting for the shorter term hourly and 4-hour RSIs to cool off. So here on the weekly time frame, red, green, red, green, red, lots of back and forth, and it's all about 311 because if that breaks, we're looking back down at $3 psychological support, and you can see on the daily time frame, not a lot of support between 311 and where we dipped all the way down to 376. Make that 276. So bears in control of the short term, all about 311 support, oversold bounce likely. Let's see what UNG is doing here. Very clear break of its support, that tightening range. Big gap down for the second day in a row. And we are looking at 773 support, and we bounced today off 779. So that low is still holding. Key support to be watching tomorrow, break 773, and there's a gap to fill down at 754. In the weekly time frame, bulls are trying to defend this 50-week moving average again. It held the last pullback, currently holding it again, and we've rejected. So pretty much we're bouncing off the 50-week support, rejecting from middle Bollinger Band resistance 3 weeks in a row, and now trying to bounce off that 50-week support again. And that range is 784 support and 846 resistance. So we'll see what tomorrow gives us heading into the inventory report on Thursday, but a clear break of the short-term pattern favoring the bears on increased bear volume and a bearish MACD cross on the daily to go with it. So we'll check back in tomorrow and see if that oversold bounce plays out. I would not be surprised to see that play out overnight with that 10-hour moving average resistance as a gauge of strength for that short-term bounce to begin playing out. I appreciate you watching. See you tomorrow. Have a fantastic night.